blood brothers, my blood brothers, my blood brothers. We supposed to be blood brothers, blood brothers. We supposed to be blood brothers, my blood brothers. We supposed to be blood brothers.
It hurts 'cause that's my blood brother, and I love him.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Elite Fantasy Bros with your hosts, Valentine and Gary. And I am your lovely host, Steph. Today we're going to tap into Fantasy's Elite and break down the do not draft list. You heard me right, it's the do not draft list.
Do not draft.
We're going to get started with the quarterbacks. The fellas are going to tell you here who you need to avoid in the ADP. Gary, let's go ahead and get it started.
All right, let me go ahead and start us out with a little clarity here.
Yes, sir. Go ahead,
We're
sir.
saying do not draft. We're not saying that we wouldn't. It's at their average draft position and where they're going.
Back.
So, we'll get some clarity on that. We're not saying these are bad players to draft. But like I said, overall, where they're going, we would take other players instead.
Facts. Yes, sir.
So, starting with these quarterbacks, I'm going to go with Josh Allen. Josh Allen is my do not draft quarterback. Last year, he did come in as that number one in some leagues, or number two, depending on standard or how your league is set up, whether it's 6 points per touchdown pass or 4 points. He was the number one and number two quarterback. He's going second round this year. Last year, he was going in and around the 7th to 9th round. You know what I mean? So if you're looking at where he's going this year at his draft position, opposed to where he was at last year, you can see with the value. I mean, he's excelled in his value. I would take, I would.
So like, who would you take over Josh Allen in that spot? So,
you know what, over Josh Allen? I mean, right now it looks like he's going in the end of the second round.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So at the back end of the second round, I would take a Clyde Edwards before.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So I mean, if you want to kind of pinpoint it like that, I would get a running back that's going to get those 300 plus touches, maybe even like a Najee Harris. Sometimes it depends on who he's going. That's the second round. I would rather go with those type of players at that draft position, as opposed to going ahead and getting like a Josh Allen in the second, when you can wait, 8th round this year and go get you like a Stafford, a Matt Stafford, or even later.
Yes, sir.
So that's what you're looking at when you're looking at those do not drafts, and that's my quarterback. My do not draft quarterback. He's going a little bit too early for I take it, for I like it.
I like it. Now, my do not draft quarterback this year, I'm going Aaron Rodgers, right? So you're like, he MVP season. He threw 45 plus touchdowns. No, but the thing is, with Aaron Rodgers is we don't know where he's going next year. He repeatedly stated he do not want to play for the Packers, and the Packers have repeatedly stated they're not going to trade him. So you have the clashing of two egos. So, and usually in the NBA, you can let that slide. Harden got traded in the NBA, he puts his way out. But in the NFL, it don't work that way. The power lies within the owners, not the players. So Aaron Rodgers threatening to retire this year. So you just want to, again, this is way too early now. Right now, he looking like he ain't going to play. I'm fading Aaron Rodgers. He's going as a 6 QB off the board. 6 QB off the board. So he's going, it's Mahomes, Allen, Murray, Prescott, Lamar Jackson, then Aaron Rodgers. So I'm passing over Aaron Rodgers. Let somebody else take him. You get a safety blanket. Make sure you get Justin Herbert right there. You get Russell Wilson. You can wait later. And again, get a Tannehill, Stafford, as G said earlier. So I'm fading Aaron Rodgers this year. Too much risk, and again, the reward is cool. But again, he had a peak season last year, as you've seen before. We have a 40 touchdown plus season. His next year's following that, 24 touchdowns, 26 touchdowns. So again, is the risk worth it? It's not when you have other QBs who can produce the same value of upside this year.
Absolutely. And then just kind of touch on, you mentioned about Rodgers. So what if? I mean, I know we're not in that what if game.
Yes.
What if? The Broncos.
If the Broncos pick up Aaron Rodgers, I mean, you got Jerry Jeudy, you got Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick, Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams. He has great options there. Again, so if that happens, if the Packers decide, hey, we're gonna trade him for 4 first-round picks and I want Aaron Rodgers. But now they said just like we're not trading him. They said we're not trading him. He don't want to play for the Packers. So it's like we see what happened with Le'Veon Bell. What he do? He don't want to play. He started the whole year. He started the year.
That's right.
You had that. Again, you don't go into a season with that hanging over your team head. You know, you got QB, you want to make sure you go into your season confident with your team, especially if you drafted early right now. I had 2 drafts so far. I don't want to go my season with that hanging over my head. I'm going in with confidence knowing I got a QB who is going to play this year, who is willing to play for his team. So that's why I'm avoiding Aaron Rodgers for those reasons. You know?
Okay, good take.
And then like another quarterback because we can probably agree on this year to avoid at this point is probably Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I mean,
same
situation.
situation, you know. I mean, of course, he's going through some allegations and things like that. So, but I mean, overall, that's another one you want to kind of stay away from at this time as a way to early draft.
Yes, sir.
Quarterback. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean, Deshaun Watson. If he plays, you was suspended 8 games, 10 games, the whole season for misconduct, sexual. No, how would you feel, Steph, if a guy asks for a massage, and then it's what happy ending afterwards. It's offensive, man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
How you think?
Extremely offensive, and honestly, the league is starting to take these type of offenses a lot more seriously, and this is just something you really don't want to deal with. So why? There are better options. Make it happen with the better options.
Yes. Great state. So again, you want to just go with the better routes and say that's the same players with high upside that carries no type of burden, no type of worry to them players. Like I said, like a Herbert, a Tannehill, a Matthew Stafford. So.
Even a Brady a little later. I mean, I know he's a little,
I like Brady too. He threw 40 TDs last year, quietly, acquired 40.
Brand new team, no count.
First year, COVID year, first year team, 40 TDs, Super Bowl. That's where he's to go.
Don't play with that man.
So do not draft. We do not draft these players. Avoid. There are better options out there we have provided for you. So take those better options.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and swipe that.
Oh,
We are on
okay.
to our running backs, okay?
Okay.
So, guys, talk to me. Who do they want to avoid as far as running backs go this year?
You know what? Same reason you mentioned about Aaron Rodgers not being with the team.
Mm-hmm.
My running back, I do not draft. I want to go with Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, the other Aaron. Aaron Jones is the one I'm going with. Even though, he hasn't just been paid $40 million. He just got his new contract. But the thing about it is, if you really look back at it, you have the Dak Prescott and Zeke situation. When Dak was in, Zeke was a top 3 back easy. Top 3, even last year. Last year starting off, he was, if not 1-2, right there in that 1-2-3 range.
Mm-hmm.
So with Dak going down, you got to
bellied out, man. Come on, Zeke was horrible without Dak. He was horrible without Dak. So this RB3 without it. So yeah. So
that efficiency goes down, especially at offensive efficiency when you lose a great talent like that. So I see with Aaron Jones. He came. Back to back. He did have 2 back-to-back seasons where he went for 1,000 yards. He was a top 5 fantasy back as well. But with Aaron Rodgers in the picture, without Aaron Rodgers in the picture. With that efficiency going down, with them being less time on offense a little bit, I see. And also, they did draft A.J. Dillon last year in the 2nd round, which is quietly kept.
Mm-hmm.
They want to use him.
So Jamal Williams left, right?
Yeah.
So who do you think to pick up that passing work and does that have any effect on Aaron Jones or?
Good question. Aaron Jones, I do believe will still have that passing work, but who's throwing him the ball at this point?
Facts.
You got Joe Love. First year we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
he might be a dinking type of quarterback.
Yeah, but again,
like I said, we haven't had enough on the resume to see in the NFL what they can do.
And then at the ADP, who you got? Aaron Jones is going ahead of Nick Chubb, Cam Akers, Joe Mixon, Najee Harris.
I was
so that's the point. That's the point we're making. There are better backs in better situations who can take over him that will produce more than what you get for Jones. With Jordan Love. I like it. Yes, sir. A back to man that I'm avoiding. I say do not draft this year. I'm avoiding is Swift. Yes, DeAndre Swift is going as a 12th back overall. He's going in front of Joe Mixon, in front of Najee Harris, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Antonio Gibson. So Chris Carson with Russell Wilson. I am fading Swift for several reasons. Swift, the coach came out and said they got up back in free agency. Jamal Williams said Jamal Williams is a prototypical A-back. From Lynn, the OC from the Chargers last year, the coach from Chargers last year. When a coach says that, I don't take that lightly. You know, when a coach come out and say, hey, Jamal Williams can be an A-back, you know, I take coach talk seriously. When a coach says it, I take that seriously. So Swift could have a solid year, but going ahead of Joe Mixon, Najee Harris, I mean, that's ludicrous. Like I'm not doing that. Like give me Mixon all day, every day over Swift. Harris over Swift all day, every day. Now, if Swift goes in the 5th, 6th round, falls to you, it's a good third back to have, a good flex back. But as a pillar, as like a guy you counting on to carry your team, I don't see this year at his ADP. Not worth the risk. I'm definitely venturing elsewhere in regards to my RB selections.
Definitely some risk. And then with Jared Goff as the quarterback.
They probably a bottom 3 team this year in the league.
You know what's crazy? I think I saw something on there where I think Vegas got them pegged as like a over under 4-win team.
Yeah, I mean,
4 wins. Come on now.
So a 4-win team with Jared Goff, with no offensive weapons outside of Hockenson and maybe Amon St. Brown. I mean, I'm not liking their chances to score touchdowns often. And then the coach saying they got another back who is the A back, and then they brought in Todd Gurley just they brought Todd Gurley they clearly want to run a platoon system, avoid platoons when you draft in those high backs.
Absolutely.
Top 12 backs should be in platoon situations, should be clear cut, 1-2 guy like a Najee, like a Gibson, a Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Chris Carson, David Montgomery at this point. You can go down. There's so many backs you can choose over him that I wouldn't want. I'm avoiding Swift in all leagues.
Gotcha, bitch.
At the ADP, not worth it.
Not worth it at all. All right, so I'm going to go pass the ball to Gary.
Yeah,
but in reality, though, I'm going to ask Valentine who he wants to avoid with the wide receivers. What you got for us, Valentine?
Yes, ma'am. My wide receivers I'm avoiding this year. I got a multitude, but I'm avoiding Mike Evans this year. Do not draft Mike Evans. He's broke the record for 1,000-yard seasons consecutive. A great receiver. 6'3", 6'4", touchdown machine. Last year had 70 catches, 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns.
Some numbers.
Some numbers on the board, right? But again, half of his touchdowns came when Godwin was hurt. So he had one game where he had 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 13 yards, right? So now you got to ask yourself, is this sustainable throughout a season? Can a guy consistently get 2 touchdowns, 13 yards, 2 touchdowns? And the answer is no. Naturally, it's regression to the mean. So 13 TDs last year. He had over a touchdown expectancy over 5 touchdowns last year. He was supposed to get 8, and he got 13. So now the mean is coming. So we seen it before with Mike Evans as well. When he broke out with 10 touchdowns as a rookie, then came down back to earth and got single digits. So it's just a matter of understanding that the mean will happen. You can't consistently give 13 touchdowns out of 70 catches. That's a touchdown per 3 to 4 catches. So this is not reasonable to sustain that type of success. So that's why I don't like Mike Evans 37. Give me Chris Godwin later, a PPR machine. Give me a Kenny Galladay in the 6th round. I'm taking a lot of receivers over Mike Evans at the position. Mike Thomas going in the late 3rd. Give me a Mike Thomas. So give me those receivers that I'm taking over Mike Evans at that 37 slot.
Yeah, even like you said, they spread the ball.
Spread the ball out.
You can even take Antonio Brown in the 10th and not lose.
That's another point. AB didn't come to the AFC, and then the position of Mike Evans dropped off. So
Absolutely.
He had touchdowns early on. He had a touchdown later in the season, but it wasn't as he had a top-heavy season before AB got there. So I'm avoiding Mike Evans this year, especially at the 37 ADP. Again, I'm taking other receivers, Amari Cooper, Allen Robinson, that I like there.
And he, like I said, he's more that deep threat too.
Exactly. And Brady on deteriorated. Deep threats, he might get a couple of shots, but again, Brady's looking to get those in between the numbers, dump offs, to Godwin, to Gronk, OJ Howard back. He's another big body that can take hog those end zone targets. So, I'm avoiding Mike Evans at the ADP. Again, I already give it Chris Godwin or, like I said, an AB late in the 10th round. A piece of that offense, but you risking less draft capital. I think that's very vital in that. Again, and even again, like as you get an RB, you can get your Josh Jacobs right there. You got a Clyde Edwards going in the 4th round right now. So I mean, you can get a Chris Carson. I mean, I gave Chris Carson over there. I mean, just different backs you can get, and I feel like it was produce more than Mike Evans right there.
Okay.
Thank you, Steph, for that. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us.
Let's hit it then. Mine, even though I like the talent, love the talent of this guy. You know what I mean? That's one
talent
thing
is
cannot deny.
Talent, yes, sir.
He does have the talent, but the system. You know what I mean? You got to respect the system as well. I'm going with Justin Jefferson as my do not draft at his ADP currently. Last year, I mean, what's so crazy is I actually got this guy last year in one of my leagues, and it was late. I mean, he made a mistake in dropping him. It's hurt. Oh, that hurt. But at the end of the day, like I said, I mean, this guy was going super late last year, sometimes even undrafted.
Yes.
And this year, he going in the 2nd round. Second round, he had a phenomenal rookie season. Phenomenal rookie season toward the end. But like you're saying, the system is built on the run. I mean, they have a run-first system with Dalvin Cook in the back. And also, you can't even discount Thielen. I would take Thielen back during the 6th round right now where he's going 5th and 6th round, 14 touchdowns.
The key, again, man, one of the key things I want you to know, the key to fantasy is getting that value.
Absolutely.
Jefferson in the 2nd round is not value. You draft him at his max. You hope he do 1,400 and 7 again. You hope he does that same season again or do higher, and that's just not reality. So, but yeah,
absolutely.
Good capital.
And like you said, I would take a Michael Thomas over Justin Jefferson.
Easily.
No problem.
Easily. No problem.
D Hopkins, and he's going. I mean,
he going in the same
range as these guys. So now, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said,
Calvin
really too.
Yeah,
he's not going over Calvin really.
They going in the same. They going in the same range. And people, So I think I'd be so.
Can't deny the talent, but like I said, the opportunity. I mean, you got other guys that's gonna have more opportunity to try to catch the ball. That's gonna receive more targets as well. I believe. You know what I mean? So especially with them adding linemen for that run, they want to run the ball over there in Minnesota. So at the end of the day, I mean, you getting a guy that just came on the 2nd year, coming out the gate. You getting a guy right here with Justin Jefferson. Like I said, he was going late. You getting him early. That's what you want to do when you're looking at average draft position. You know, you want to get your maximum value, and that won't be it in the 2nd round. So that's one of the guys you do want to avoid is Justin Jefferson.
I like it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another receiver that I'm avoiding, he's going a little later, but he's going at pick 61 in the ADP, is Brandon Ayuk, right? And people going to him because he had a great, he went on a turn at the end of the season, last 4 or 5 games. But in a healthy games when they had Brandon Ayuk, Kittle, and Deebo Samuels, he was the least targeted player out of those 3. He got 16 targets total. Deebo had 19. Kittle had 25 targets. So you see, Ayuk went off when Deebo was hurt. Kittle was hurt. They was on IR last year. That's when Ayuk took off. But again, people think he's gonna do that same thing, but they're not taking into account, the situation he was in. He was the only target. It was him and Jalen Hurd, and then some other guys who fighting for roster spots right now. So Deebo is Kittle first. Deebo, Ayuk going to pick an order, and then this year, you don't know who the quarterback going to be. You don't know if it'll be Garoppolo or Trey Lance. So you want to at 61, he's going over God today. He's going over Jamar Chase. Like he's going over guys like Juju Smith-Schuster, who had 97 catches last year. He's going over him. He's going over Odell Beckham. I'm not drafting Ayuk at 61. No, sir. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening.
I'm taking him at 81.
I'll take him at 181. I am not drafting. I'm not drafting Brandon Ayuk. It's just not happening. You got people who can finish above him. They got this guy over Odell. Like Brandon Ayuk.
This is 2nd year though, right? This is 2nd year receiver.
2nd year receiver, yeah.
But you don't know the quarterback situation.
That and also
Deebo Samuel.
with a healthy Deebo and a healthy Kittle and a healthy run game with Trey Sermon and Mostert.
No.
And then they got I'm not feeling his ADP at 61. I'm fading Brandon Ayuk. Do not chase last year's stats. They don't go with you next year. Do not chase last year. They will fade away.
Wow.
There you go.
So
Yes,
don't chase the past. Focus on your future.
Hey.
And Ayuk is not the future. Avoid Brandon Ayuk.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, these were the do not draft list. Let me get a quick toast. Thank you so much, guys, for all this amazing knowledge because we needed it. Okay, quick sip. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget, we are going to go ahead and let it ride open on July 20th. And that's going to be our ultimate draft package. Now, check this out. Let me tell you what that's going to include. It's going to include live in-draft assistance. We know y'all want that, we got that person on the side, but we want that angel to let us know what the real play is. So we have that live in-draft assistance. We have that in-depth analysis of the players that not only are you looking for, but the ones that you already have. We have that direct messaging tool, the up-to-date player analysis, as well as the team and league rates. So check us out. The cherry on top is fantasy success.
That's
okay?
the key.
Okay.
Our goal is to help you win your league and win your money from your league.
All day long.
Okay, so check us out. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. All the links are below. And hey, do not question or hesitate emailing us and letting us know what your questions are, because we're here for you. And we're going to go ahead and wrap up with our quote of the day. So who do we got today? Fools ignore the obvious. Rationalists, they suffer from it. Some can avoid it. Geniuses remove it. What more do we have to say? Subscribe today.
Hey,
Do not draft. Elite.
Okay.
And even though we thug together, I can't trust him. Forever, that's my brother, that's my day one. And even though he played me close, I still pray for him. We blood.